Alright, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget I post 1, 2, or 3 videos every single day. Hit the like, subscribe button, all that happy stuff. The join button will get you access to all my videos before they go public. And this one, kicking it off, the non-oil change, oil change. That's what we're seeing in here. And I'm sure this happens way more than expected. So is this a case of dealer fraud or just pure negligence on a part of a Toyota dealer? At first, I swore it was negligence. However, after I read it, could it just be some other things here? So it's pretty interesting. Let's take a look at this from Torque News, and let's dive in. So these guys here, so this Gabby and her husband Jesse, I'm assuming this is Jesse right here, but Gabby and her husband Jesse, they go to the Toyota dealer in Cerritos, California, and begin engaging in a fraudulent activities with the service department. Gabby and her husband Jesse, recent owners of a 2025 Toyota Tundra, have a story about a Toyota dealer oil change that will leave you kind of speechless. This is a cautionary tale for all potential Toyota customers. However, there is also a point to this that is very important that you do as a vehicle owner. I do it, you do it, we need to do it all the time. And it's not just a dealership, okay? And we'll talk about this. But first, says, so here's her story. She says, so we're sitting here in our brand new, beautiful 2025 Toyota Tundra, and my husband, Jesse, went to get our first oil change at the Toyota dealer. She identifies as Cerritos Toyota Auto Nation yesterday at 7:40 a.m. appointment. He didn't get home until noon. Gabby pulled up the receipt for the Toyota dealer, shows that they did charge them for an oil change, says right here, oil and filter change, and he paid for it. The receipt indicates a charge of $129.95 to the customer. So Jesse paid $130. She continues. She says he was there for several hours waiting for the work to be done. He came back home, but he had also purchased a skid plate for the bottom of the truck to protect the oil pan because they like going off-road. So while he's there or on the store or whatever, he bought himself a skid plate. So he gets home, he crawls under the truck to install the skid plate because he wants to, and the entire undercarriage of the truck is covered in mud because we just got back from going off-roading outdoors. So they're off-roading, they took it out, they did it. Says it's important to note that they had not been to the car wash before going to get the oil changed. So next, Jesse takes pictures on his cell phone of the oil filter still covered in mud. Gabby holds a picture of the oil filter covered in mud. You can see him right here. Here's the oil filter. Here's the drain plug. Okay, this stuff, nothing has been touched. It's still, nothing had been done. This picture of the oil filter after the oil change has been done. Now, I don't know about you, but that doesn't look like a brand new oil filter. Next, Gabby holds up the phone showing the drain plug and the drain plug in the oil pan, also caked with mud that has not been touched. It clearly has not been touched. So they follow up with the dealer. We're going back to the dealer, see what the dealer has to say about this. Gabby does a follow-up video the next day after the truck has been at the dealer. Okay, guys, here's part 2 of the oil change service we got from the Toyota dealer, which they actually didn't do. So Jesse went back to the dealer and asked to talk to the manager of the dealership. They asked him what it concerned. They had directed him to the service manager. So when he talked to the service manager, he tried to keep it cool and not get upset. That doesn't get you anywhere. We've said many times, crush them with kindness. Always be kind. Irate, attitude, that kind of stuff gets you nowhere. So he told the manager what happened, showed him the pictures, and the manager then just asked if he could pull the dipstick and check the oil. My husband said, yes, that's perfectly fine. The manager pulled the dipstick, checked the oil, and said, no, we did not change your oil. We are so sorry and apologize to my husband. The service manager says he will make it right, and he will take the truck right away and do the oil change. So that's what they did. My husband didn't have to wait. Said after they were done, the service manager gave my husband a $200 service credit for future services. He also said that they were going to check the security camera in his shop and investigate what happened. Okay. After he had done that, he told Jesse that they saw on the camera that the guy who did our oil change was a new employee. So we still don't know if it happened because the guy was new or if there's something that happens all the time or did they just happen to choose the wrong truck to play this game on. My husband even said that everywhere there was super nice about it, and we did appreciate the fact that they admitted that it happened and took responsibility for the mistake they made, so that's always nice. So does the oil change, the apology, the $200 service credit make up for it, or now should we trust them? Is this a one-time incident or does it happen all the time? So, a couple things. Now, we got some more to hit on here, but before we do, First of all, could it be? Was it, is it dealership policy that, hey, skip every one or every other one or whatever the case is that they're doing? We don't know. Could it be that this new employee was just, he just didn't feel like doing it, was just wanted to say he did? So just having a bad day? Who would know? The service manager is not going to check his work like that all the time. He can get away with this pretty easy. He can fake like he did it and just did nothing because he's just not in the mood. He's having a bad day. His girlfriend left him. His dog peed on his shoes. Whatever the case is, he's just having a bad day. And now you, the customer, deal with that kind of stuff because this guy's just pissed at the world. Things like this happen. I think the dealership did do right by taking it. I love the fact that the dealership had a video camera in there. I just put out a video a week and a half ago about it. Should your service departments wear cameras on them like a body cam to prove or be able to verify work that gets done? Should we be able to have that? I think we should. Some of that stuff is kind of coming out on here. How many times in reality across the country every day do you think things like this happen? My bet, tremendously. Huge amounts. Huge amounts this kind of stuff happens. And again, it might be negligence on a dealer. It might be negligence on a employee. It might be a combination of things. It might be anything like that. So what do they say on here? What are they, Torque News, looking at on here? He says, I see two problems with what the Toyota dealer did. First, Gabby and Jesse should not have had to pay for the Tundra's oil change. Every 2025 Toyota Tundra comes with Toyota Care. This oil change should have been free, not $129.95. Good point. Very good point. Toyota Care in the Tundras covers regular factory scheduled maintenance such as oil changes, tire rotations, fluid checks for the first 2 years or 25,000 miles of ownership, whichever comes first. It also includes 24-hour roadside assistance during the same duration. Okay, that's very nice. Now here in Southeast Toyota distributors, Toyota Care, this stuff costs you like $700 to get that. It's automatically there. You just pay $700 for it. But the second red flag is a service manager could have checked their records to see which technician performed a service on Gabby and Jesse's truck. Service manager would have had to look at the security camera, wouldn't have had to look at the security camera to see who performed it. That's true, but on the same note, in the defense of that service manager, just because somebody signed off on something or said they did it, looking at the camera actually proves if he did. And he might have even been able to, while watching that camera, see if he actually, actually drained the oil. If he could see what he did, how long it took. So I agree with him looking at the camera to see what happened on there. I think that's very important. So I do believe that. Dealership utilize internal systems to track which information is spec is done in performance, done the necessary fix on there and the workload. I get it. I understand that. Said right here, Gabby concludes, we would never have known if my husband had not gone under the truck today. How many people has this happened to? It's straight fraud. This is very, very serious stuff. This is pretty disconcerting when you think about it. It's nuts. And so how do you prevent this stuff? I just went to, you've seen it in other videos I showed you on my trucks. Okay, when I go in and I get the tires rotated, I mark them with a wax pen. I mark the tire. It's pretty easy to then see if the tires have been rotated. When I do my own oil changes on my Gladiator, but on the Colorado, we just went in and got the oil change done on there. Same thing, wax pen, put a little mark on the oil filter. It's real simple. Put a little mark straight across on the oil, on the drain plug, and it's real easy to see. There's no way they can't put it back and do it that way. So you're going to know immediately. And that way you know that it's both been done for you. And you can check your dipstick too, unless you have a Ram Hurricane. You don't get to check your dipstick in a Ram Hurricane. But point being, and there's a lot of cars too, by the way, that don't use dipstick. But point being, check your stuff. Just check it. You never know. And again, this might be an excellent dealer that just had a brand new bad employee trying to just cheat the system and get by and just wants to collect his paycheck and go home. Either way, bad news. We shouldn't have to deal with it. So questions, comments, I'd love to hear what you're thinking on it. Put it down below. Thanks for watching.